go along with it, but they openly embrace the apps. Even as I write this, my soul and heart cannot believe what I am seeing. Then before me appears an image of Joe Biden, just his face. I see him smiling. It then fades into the background. Then I am in Johannesburg. This is the third and final dream vision part of this dream vision. It is late at night. I see there is some attack. In the dream vision, I sense it is the event the seer warned us about, but in the dream, I see and am shown. This is the completion and fulfillment of the first dream vision on the channel. This is the ducks flying out, the chains coming undone. I will do my best to explain, because after this dream vision, upon waking up earlier than I should have, a flood of insights came to me in my half-awake, half-asleep state, which I hope I can explain the best way I can here. See, the first dream vision showed, the nations went along with the New World Order. Then shots were fired, but before then the ducks flew out. Already this is a sign that the ducks were rebelling with the New World Order. I saw in this dream vision about this night event. It comes about because the nation is stalling the plans of the New World Order. They are holding up their plans, but there is something much more divine about this. See, the nations are all going to go through the fire. They will go through either on their knees bending their knee for God, or they will go through bending their knees to the New World Order. The nations which bend their knees think they will be spared, but I saw that the attacks which come on those nations from a coming conflict will be their fire. The nation, the ducks, go through their fire during that night. That is the night their chains come undone. That is their furnace. Their furnace period will be through rejecting the world, but there is a price, but because the nation puts their faith in the Most High, the God, they will come through it free. But the nations who go along to get along, they go through the fire, but they will not come out of it. Many will vanish. I see after this night event, I then saw something very strange. All of a sudden after this event takes place, I see a scene which I cannot grasp, nor understand as the event has unfolded. I see blacks arrive in England, almost at the same time. Hordes upon hordes, and it is black around England. I mean black that I cannot see it, like a thick black fog surrounding their nation, so thick I could not see their beaches, and then a face appears from the fog. I see Prince Charles' face appear me from the fog. Then while this event is taking place in Johannesburg, I find myself in the Northern Cape. I am standing on a hill. I am looking towards Johannesburg as these events and chaos take place. Then I look north. I look north to Europe, and despite all the chaos I see in South Africa, I still see that this portion of the country is safer than Europe. I see Europe seems worse than these events unfolding in South Africa. Things will be so bad in Europe that even the worst of the worst that could happen in South Africa still will seem better. And where I stood on this hill in the Northern Cape was safe. This is the second confirmation of this portion of the country. The other dream vision with the timeline showed me this already last year around the June or July. The video is on the channel. The dream showed me that it will happen in 2022. Again, I only say what I am shown. I was shown 2022. I cannot say 100% for sure if it will happen. I am simply saying what I saw, nothing more, nothing less, and of course I could be wrong, and I do hope I am wrong. When I woke from this dream vision, a flood of thoughts from previous dream visions hit me like a movie playing, one dream vision connecting the other. This night event I saw is connected to the dream vision of Under the Cover of Darkness. Nothing has changed since that dream. There are still lockdowns, still people walking with masks, the same event is still continuing. You know, the longest 2 weeks of your life, the 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Now I say this, and mention this dream vision not to scare anyone. The dream shocked me. I pray Almighty they do not happen. I bring you the message. I do not sell anything here. I have nothing to gain but agents, agitators, and people coming to the channel to spew their vile hatred, their one-line Bible verses who accuse me of everything. I pray that you may pray and seek guidance from this. Pray, I call upon you, dear listener, to pray on this and seek out the Most High. Ask for confirmation. I pray that you will have confirmation. The insight I had yesterday about the chains coming undone. I was praying, meditating, not praying on the words "the chains come undone," but the words came to me with a revelation. The words "chain coming undone." I want you to think of those words. The dream vision said, the angel or being said, the nation's chains will come undone beginning in March 2020. We saw what took place in March 2020. Notice the words which were told to me, which I put in the video. I bring this up because many people come to me and say we are not free, and yes, I have eyes and ears, I hear and see. But think carefully, the angel did not say, your chains break free, the angel said they come undone. When something comes undone, it undoes itself. It does not happen all at once, it has to untangle, it has to come undone until that final moment when the chains hit the ground and the nation runs into their freedom. The unchaining of the nation, the ducks flying out, the night event take place that will result in the nation running into their freedom. It is not only South Africa. Those who resist the order face man's judgment, but God is the ultimate judge, and as a result our true freedom comes from the Most High. The nations which go along with man's laws, who think they are free, will face destruction in this life and the one to come. Even though evil is in charge of what we see taking place, it is only happening because it is part of God's plans, and it is to God's glory that we are being tested. Praise the Most High, for He only tests for His purposes. Better to go through the fire of affliction for God's purposes than the fires of affliction for man's purposes. A few days back, before I had the confirmation of this dream vision, I was having my coffee after my prayer session. I was looking out the window when a scene appeared before me and an understanding. I saw the migrants in Europe, I saw them flooding in, but I saw that it was the Western governments and not the Islamic governments bringing them into Europe. I see they're brought in for this purpose of what we see happening now. There is going to come a time that even those in high-ranking military positions and armies will not go along with their new world order plans, and they are being brought in to make sure that everyone goes with the agenda. They are a backup plan for the globalists for when the nationalists revolt, that they can use them as cannon fodder against their own people. This is the communist threat the seer warned us about in the West. Communism is now in the West, the seer said it. I saw in the dream vision I had of George Washington. Washington said that he saw a red glow come over America. I saw through a glimpse, a flash of insight, that the people General George Washington saw coming to America from Africa, those people or troops are the United Nations troops. There is something there with the United Nations and America. So now it is a countdown. The dream vision from last year said there is a timeline which ends in December 2022. The dream was explicit that up until that dream vision, all the prior dream visions will be fulfilled. Now I do not know if that literally means they will be complete, as in they have completed, or if they are in the process of being fulfilled. Time will tell. Which means the dream vision of Under the Cover of Darkness is part of those dream visions, including a Russian invasion. So I am here in the same position as everyone else. I see the dream vision, I put it out there and wait for the signs to tell me what is happening. I pray that you may know my intention with these videos. It is simple, I have them, I put them out. I have no hidden agenda, I have nothing to gain, I have never monetized this channel, I have never taken a cent from anyone. I pray that you may pray on the dream visions, maybe the Almighty will reveal to you something about them. I would highly suggest the nation turns their back on the world, go back to their roots, call upon the Most High and stop looking within. Where and how did we go wrong to land ourselves here? I am convinced that what we see happening are curses due to nations and peoples walking away from their faiths, becoming too worldly. I know, we all sin, I sin, you sin, everyone sins. We do our best and that is our nature, but when nations and peoples move too far out of the bounds of God's laws, then the result is what you see happening around the world. I pray and hope 2022 is a good year for you. I pray God's blessings on you, your family, our nations and our kindred Western nations around the world. May God bless you this year, may you find peace and prosperity, and may God protect us all. Please get to know your local community, join groups, form communities, prepare for shocks this year such as inflation and also food price hikes.